Well, I just thought I'd put a video on here to let y'all know somewhat of what else has happened, what has transpired. Uh, my youngest daughter wore that Islam shirt back to school. Originally, it was my oldest daughter that done it. Now my youngest daughter done it. Okay. Well, the principal wanted it to be changed. Well, I told him, I said, I can't make her change. And he said, well, then she'll have to go to SAC, I guess what they call detention. But he said every day she wears that shirt, she'll be in detention. I asked him again what he had it under. He said he had it under disruption. Then we said it had to do with her religion. He said that shirt has nothing to do with religion, even though it's got religion wrote right on the shirt, which makes about as much sense as putting an elevator in an outhouse. It don't belong. Okay, so that's the story as of right now. Every time she wears a shirt to school, even though she's standing for what she believes in, he's going to put her in SAC every day that she wears it. The gentleman that came and got her from the office to escort her to SAC. Y'all might find this very interesting. The gentleman that came and got her, that escorted her to SAC, told her, even though he totally believes in what she's doing, he's totally in agreement with what she's doing, proud of her for standing up for her beliefs, she still is getting in trouble for it, even though she has student faculty telling her that they're in total agreement with her, likes what she's doing. And yes, a faculty member at that very school said that. So we have folks that are agreeing with it. We're having one, which is the principal, that wants to punish her for wearing the shirt because it's so-called against his dress code. He calls it school's dress code, but I believe it's his dress code because the law says as long as it's not created a disruption by other students and does not have a past history of disruption, then you can't classify it as a disruption. It also states in the law of Texas that a principal cannot predict that it's going to cause a disruption. That's unlawful for him to try to make that decision upon himself. He has to wait for a disruption to be made among students, and that has not occurred yet. The only one that has had the problem with it is the principal himself. That's just like the Bible. I mean, carry it to school, crosses, and I went over a little bit of this in that original video that I made. But that's just like a police officer. Do they go out here and arrest people for crimes that they think they're about to commit? No. I've always been told that they have to wait till the crime has been committed, and then they can arrest them. That's like the principal trying to punish her for a crime that she has yet to commit. There's been no disruption among students. In fact, there are several students that say they've liked it. So how can one man, just because it's his opinion, that it'll cause a disruption? Well, his opinion has not yet been proven correctly. He won't exactly give it the chance to be proven, because he automatically sent him a SAC, told her he was going to do it every day that she wore the shirt. Then after I had left, he told her every day that she wears it, she's going to have 3 days of SAC. Well, he is punishing her for her religious belief, whether he wants to realize it, admit it or not. Okay, the shirt, he says, has nothing to do with religion, but how can it not have something to do with religion when it has religion wrote on the shirt? Does it make sense? Does it? But then again, there's not a whole lot that this man does that makes sense. So, I mean, he tries to take too much on himself. He tries to push too much himself to make his ideals what he wants up at the school to go. And it does no good to talk to superintendents or anything like that, because they're all on his side because of their job. Even I have filled out a request to go in front of the school board. Well, anybody ever heard of that movie called Footloose? Kevin Bacon? He went in front of the school board. That pastor, it really done Kevin Bacon no good to go in front of the school board, because the pastor already had the votes in his back pocket before he even walked in the door. That's kind of what I feel like here. I already know they're going to vote against it, because they don't want to go against the principle. They all in one boat, trying to sail one direction. Nobody want to step on anybody else's toes. Well, there ain't a whole lot I can do about that part, but my daughter can continue to stand up for her belief. It's caused no disruptions. Only to him. He's the only one that's called attention to the church, period, like that. Talking about it don't need to be warned. Nobody else has said anything about it. Warned last year, nobody says anything. He even seen it last year, never said anything about it. So, we're going to see how far it goes. I've already pretty much obtained a lawyer, and we're going to fight this thing to the end. Well, I'll be end up right big in the middle of the courtroom, but I guess that's fine too. But y'all have a blessed day. God bless.